Hey, what is up, everybody? Hope you guys are having a good afternoon. Hope you had a good week. Thank you guys all for being here. Welcome to the Monday weekly live chat here out in Whistler. Super stoked to be back up in Whistler. Had a great time down in New Zealand and Australia. Hope you guys were watching some of the videos down there. Going to be here for about an hour. Going to answer as many questions as I can. Anything snowboard related, snowboard advice, snowboard gear, anything like that. Go ahead, start leaving comments. Try to answer all of your questions. And if you have a question that's really important, you want to make sure it gets answered, you can always leave a super chat. A great way to help to support the channel. Definitely appreciate that. And I apologize about the background noise right now. I hope it's not too terrible. I think it'll be gone here pretty soon. But yeah, been great getting settled here in Whistler. If you guys were watching the recent live stream that Kevin did on Friday, you'll know that he's down in Toronto right now. So he'll actually be back tomorrow. Be doing another live stream on Friday if you want to come hang out then. And yeah, we're the next stop for Snowboardprocamp and myself is going to be heading out to Holland and Austria. So super excited to head out there. We'll be out at Snow World Landgraf. So if any of you guys are going to be out that way, it'd be awesome to hang out with you. And then we'll be at the Stubai Glacier in Austria. So really excited to check that out. Going to be snowboarding every single month this year. It'll be the first time that I've ever been able to do that. So really excited to make that happen. And yeah, let's see what kind of questions we got going on here so far. We got Lucifer Morningstar, John. Nice to see you, man. How do you like driving on the correct side of the road? Oh, that's the left side's the correct side. You know, it was weird at first because, you know, I was on the opposite side of the car, opposite side of the street, but got used to it pretty quickly. And then, yeah, even coming back here, kind of got back used to driving on the other side straight away just because I've been doing that for so long. Red's Cap, what's up, Reggie? Hope you're doing well. Let's see, we got Chris Weston. What's up, man? D, greetings from Germany. What's up, man? Thanks for hopping on. Oh yeah, also if you guys want to let me know where in the world you're joining from, it's always awesome to hear where you guys are at. We have such a large community here on Snowboardprocamp. Love hearing where you guys are from. Ella, how's it going? Buck Snabes, what's up, man? Ty Winter Sports, how's it going, Napa? Hope you're doing well, man. Looking forward to getting some laps this year in California. We do have the Icon and the Epic Pass this year, so lots of traveling is going to be going on this year. Yeah, it's going to be an exciting year, guys. Ella, hey TJ, what balaclava do you recommend? Personally, I like the blackstrap balaclava. It's got a hinged mouthpiece, so it's real easy to kind of pull down below your chin and then pull back up without kind of making it uncomfortable or stretching it out. It's a good price, and they make it in a thin and a thick version, so that's my go-to. I think I have it linked in the description if you want to check it out. Vito Capola, good question. Are you going to do a review on the new Union Strata bindings? Yes, absolutely. I actually have a pair in my possession. Currently, I got the red color. Super stoked to check them out. Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about them, so I'm excited to feel them out for myself. Should be pretty awesome. So yeah, that'll probably go down in Stubai. All right. Karen Gardner, what's up, Karen? Good to see you on here. Hope you and the family are doing well. It's great to meet you down there. We'll get some more laps in next year. We'll be back. Victor Mark, what's easier, snowboarding or skiing, and how long did it take for you to learn to go down a blue hill? I hear, so the stereotype, I've really never skied. I've only skied 2 times my whole life, but I hear the stereotype is that skiing is easier to learn and harder to master, and snowboarding is harder to learn and easier to progress at. I don't know how much of that's true, but just stick to snowboarding, man. Maybe if you have real young kids, start them out on skis so they can learn some proper edge control, and then swap them over to the board. And how long did it take to learn to go down a blue? You know, I started snowboarding when I was 10, so I didn't really keep track of that stuff. I was just kind of going for it. And by the time I actually was paying attention to the blue and green runs, I was already able to ride like blacks, and I was riding park and stuff. So yeah, I wouldn't pay too much attention to that. Just kind of go at your own pace, have a good time, and you know, progress at your own level, man. Make it fun just make it fun, you know? Don't set your expectations too high. Vito, what's a better daily driver, the Ride Twin Pig or the GNU Headspace? Oh man, that's a tough one. Man, I really like both of those boards. I think the big advantage that the Twin Pig has over the Headspace is that it's really wide, so it's going to be a little bit more fun for carving. You can lay it over a little bit more aggressively. And the Headspace is going to have magnet traction, so that's going to be better on more variable terrain and outside of the park. So I would factor that in. If you really want to do more carving, I would maybe get the Twin Pig, because it's going to be more fun with that width to kind of lay over and do those more aggressive Euro carves and laid out carves and stuff. If you're going to do more exploring, maybe go for the Headspace. But both really fun boards. I don't think you'll be disappointed in either of them, man. King Ma, where are you right now? I am in Whistler, so I'm just on my balcony. So this is where I'm staying for the month of October. Going to be moving to a new place in November, but really excited to have found this spot. That's a golf course behind me. It's pretty crazy. Super stoked to find this place. I don't know if you guys can see the mountains, but it's actually been raining in Whistler for the last couple of days, and it was supposed to rain all day today and continue tomorrow. So I'm glad we caught a little break in the weather for the live stream here. Grindiga, what's up, man? Good to see you. Rabid Fierce from Greenland. Hey Derek, I'm going to be using, so Derek helped me out with a piece of code for the website. Going to be applying that pretty soon, getting all that sorted out. Thank you again for the help. Yeah, it's going to be good. Good upgrade to the website there. Soy Squad, what's up, man? Jacob Diestel, review of the Yes 2020. Yeah, the 2020 seems like an awesome snowboard. It's like a true twin version of the S420, if you guys don't know what it is. So it's got that 3D base on both sides, kind of like a concave in it. Check it out. It's a really interesting snowboard. I haven't ridden it yet, but I'm hoping to ride it this year, definitely. All right. Jacob Kosak, what's your favorite snowboarding company? Probably Snowboardprocamp. Yeah, I think Snowboardprocamp. Jordan Garcia, any advice going down black runs at Winter Park for the first time? Yeah, if it's your first time doing a black run, just take it slow. If you're feeling sketched out, you can always fall back just onto your heel edge, side slipping down the hill. Watch out for that variable terrain. You know, make sure you know where you're going so you don't head towards any cliffs or anything like that. And just be careful the first time. Take it slow. Try to learn the run, and then, you know, maybe do it a few times, and you can kind of feel out the terrain more and more the more times that you ride it. Buck, what board is better, the Solomon Villain or Arbor Helix? I think you mean the Ride Helix. Both very different snowboards. I would say the Helix is way more aggressive than the Villain. So if you're looking for something more kind of all-around freestyle, I'd probably go for the Villain. It's going to be more pressable, just a little bit easier to control, but still good for jumps and stuff like that, whereas the Helix is really aggressive. It's pretty stiff, really poppy, and it's better for jumping. It's also going to do good outside of the park for like more high-speed carving and stuff like that. I think I saw some super chats come through here. Let's check that out real quick. Oh my goodness, thank you guys so much. Osvaldo with the first super chat here. Thoughts on the Jones Flagship Carbon? Yeah, so the Flagship is one of my favorite free ride boards. Definitely recommend it if you're into that style of riding. It's one of those boards where I would say it has no speed limit, you know. You can really bomb down hills, just ride really aggressively with it. I like to say on that board in particular, that's a board where you're going to find your own limits before you find the limit of that snowboard. So it's really, really fun for carving and exploring. Has magnet traction, camber dominant profile, you know, 3D spooned out nose and tail. And the carbon version is just going to be really, really light. So that's pretty awesome. Awesome snowboard. Yeah, I recommend it if that's what you're into, man. All right, Brett Murak with the next super chat. Thanks, Brett. Hey, TJ from Dallas, Texas. I've loved watching all your videos. I'm 255, 6'2", size 12 boot. What size T-Rice Pro should I get? Well, I'd say with a size 12 boot, I definitely would be looking at a wide. I don't have the spec sheet in front of me, so I'm not exactly sure what all the exact sizes are, but I would say, you know, probably be looking around like 160, whatever the wide version is, around that size, 161, 160. That should be good for you. Check that weight, or check the size chart to make sure that your weight falls within that range. You might want to go even one size bigger than that, just so you make sure that you have the stability that you want. But yeah, that should work out well for you. The one thing I would say, Brett, is definitely go for that wide. That way you're not going to have to worry about heel or toe drag, and it's just going to make the experience way better for you. Bad Riders with the Australian super chat. What's up, Adam? What's up, TJ? Pulled the trigger on some step-ons. Keep up the great vids. Sick. I'll be stoked to hear your thoughts on them, man. Yeah, you guys have probably seen the videos we've made on the step-ons. I think if you're looking for that convenience, it's a solid product. I'm not sure if they've made any changes to the product for the 18-19 season, but yeah, they're if you want that convenience, I think that's the big factor. So hope you enjoy it, man. Thanks for the super chat. Erica Constantino with the $2 super chat. Thank you, Erica. You are too awesome. Appreciate it. Thanks for watching the videos, Erica. And Wayne McKenzie with the Canadian super chat. What green Oakley were you wearing? So I've been wearing the Oakley flight deck. If you're talking about, yeah, the spherical one we were wearing pretty much on every video in Australia. That is the Oakley flight deck. Currently one of my favorite goggles. Really, really solid product. Yeah, Oakley I think just has probably the highest quality product. Everything from the foam they use to just the construction, the lenses. They had the Prism, what is it? The Prism Jade lens. So it's Prism Rose with a green iridium on top of it. So that's what it was. Great field of view on those guys, really comfortable. And I usually go for a large goggle. So that one fits the bill. I may switch it up this year though. I think I'm gonna switch it up to something else, just because I've been wearing them so much. Just want something a little different. Red's Cap, what's up, Reggie? Support for the channel at Snowboardprocamp and at Boardarchive. Thank you, Reggie. Appreciate it, man. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll keep an eye out. Thanks for the super chat. Karen Gardner, what's up, Karen? Does the channel still benefit if I skip the ads on the videos, or is it better for you guys if I let them run? Looks amazing there. Hashtag video funds. Thanks, Karen. Yeah, the view is pretty nice here. Definitely can't complain, especially with the kind of low-hanging clouds today. So yeah, if you skip the ads, I don't think that we get the ad revenue if you skip it. So if you do watch it, it does help to support the channel, but you know, no big deal. I don't want you guys to have to sit through every ad, but I think, yeah, it's like 15 seconds or something to get that. So yeah, no big deal either way. Appreciate the super chat, Karen. And we got Lucifer Morningstar, John, with the next super chat here. Thank you, John. Hey, TJ, I appreciate you. Getting used to my Mercury, amazing pop, but if I press it, it's so stiff, it tries to pull my leg out of my hip. Do all Capita boards have the micro ridges on the base? So that's cool that you noticed that. So the ridges on the base is, it's called structure. Most snowboards don't come with that. I've been seeing it a lot more on the 18-19 boards that I've been testing out, but basically that just creates, I guess if you guys don't know, I'll preface it with this. When you're snowboarding, the very front of the snowboard creates friction on the snow, which creates a very thin layer of water, and that's what you're actually sliding on top of the snow. So those ridges help the water go from the nose to the tail more quickly. So like on a race tune, you're always going to have that to just make the board as fast as possible. So I think pretty much all the Capita boards have that this year. Everyone that I've ridden, even like the Outer Space Living, which is a lower price point one, I'm not sure about the Horoscope, but I think even that one does come with it. So yeah, pretty solid little feature there. And I would say if you're feeling like your leg is going to get pulled out of your hip when you're trying a press, I wouldn't put all that weight on your hip. Maybe try to activate your quad a little bit more in your leg, and that should help you out a little bit, man. Sorry, I just lost my place here. But yeah, so I think that happens to me sometimes too with stiffer boards, and I think it's because you're trying to get that action out of the board using your leg and your hip without actually activating the muscles in your leg. So just try to use your quad a little bit more, and that should help. John Fowler with the 199 super chat. Love the channel. Thanks, John. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for the support. And Red's Cap with another super chat here. Thank you, Reggie. TJ, bro, keep the new Era cap with SPC and Boardarchive logo, plus the Boardarchive heavyweight hoodies, please. # support merch. Awesome, man. Yeah, so those hats are actually from, oh man, they're from like 3 years ago. I made one custom run of those hats. I haven't had them available since then, so maybe we'll bring them back. I'm glad you noticed them, and yeah, I will do some more Boardarchive hoodies. I actually have one of the new ones on right now. So this logo here, it's the American Metal logo, is what I'm calling it. So I'm gonna have some new merch designs this season. If you guys want to check them out, I'd be super stoked to see you guys repping that. And I will do the logo that I did last year again. I have some plan for that. I'm going to do more of a technical hoodie, so that'll be coming, man. Thanks, Reggie. Justin Vasey with the super chat. Welcome to Whistler. # Taco Fund. Awesome. Thanks, Justin. Appreciate it, man. I'll be hitting up some tacos soon for sure. I've been trying to cook a little bit more now that I'm not traveling, but tacos once a week is pretty reasonable. Chris Taylor with a super chat as well. What are your thoughts on the Signal Disruptor? So I actually haven't had the chance to ride any Signal snowboards yet. I'm going to hit them up and see if they'll send out some boards this season, but I think that's the one that Kyle Mack rides, and it looks like a lot of fun. I really couldn't tell you, you know, like how stable it is or the flex or really much about it, but yeah, man, I would just have to say, you know, read what they have to offer, man. That's really the best I could say on that. And Rug Rescue with the $2 super chat. Which all mountain board for a size 13 foot? That's a pretty big boot size, man. So definitely be looking at wide snowboards. Maybe the one board that comes to mind is the Libtech Skunk Ape. Check that guy out if you haven't checked that one out yet. It's made naturally wide. I think it's about as wide as Libtech can make boards with their presses, and Yeah, the War Pig could be a good option as well. I think, yeah, the War Pig would be a really good option, especially since they made that 158 this year. So that could be a good one to check out. And really, you know, a size 13, it's pretty big, but most wide boards at a larger size should accommodate that. So just be looking at those wide options, and that'll be like different from like a 158. They might have like a 158 and then a 158 wide, or a 160 and then a 160 wide. So that's what I'm talking about, man. Hope that helps you out. And Joe Sanderson, plans for the Three Valleys or Val d'Isère in France. Love to meet up and show you my lack of skills. Amazing mix of terrain in the Three Valleys. Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about Three Valleys in France. Would love to hit that up. No plans yet, but perhaps, man. We got a lot on the list this year. So Japan is happening for sure, and there's just so much. We'll just have to let it go as it comes. But right now, the only stuff that's going down for sure is going to be the trip coming up, which is Holland and Austria, and then Japan. So Japan should be January. Awesome. Thank you guys for all the super chats. I'll try to stay on top of those as they come in. Really, really appreciate it. I also see that we have 128 people live on the stream right now. Thank you guys all for being here. Hope you guys are having a great day. One thing, if you guys want to help me out, you could give the video a like. I see we only have 32 likes. If we could get that up to over 50, that'd be awesome. Really, really appreciate it. Let's see what's been going on in the comments here. Rob Gams, TJ, you're back in Whistler now. Yes, sir. Yep, back in Whistler currently. And yeah, we'll be here. I think we leave for Holland on October 11th. So I'll be hanging out in Whistler till then. Got some videos planned, so I guess I'll give you guys a heads up on what's to come. I'm going to be working on pretty much all my my top 5 videos. So if you guys saw that series last year, you know, it had like the top 5 do it all, the freestyle boards, all that stuff. So I'm going to be working on those. Those will be dropping pretty soon. I think we still have a couple more videos, 1 or 2 more from Australia. So those will come out first. And so then the top 5s will be coming. So keep your eyes peeled for that. I'm really excited to share my thoughts with you guys. Hope those help you out. And yeah, it'll be a good time. I'll have some more deep dives coming on Boardarchive as well. I think the next one to come out on Boardarchive is going to be about asymmetrical snowboards. So if you're interested in asym boards at all, or you don't know what they are, that video is coming soon, probably tomorrow. Luke, best all-mountain board in your opinion? There's a lot of good options out there. Some of my favorites are the Arbor Iguchi Pro, the Ride War Pig. You know, even something like the Capita DOA is a pretty solid do-it-all style snowboard. A little more freestyle leaning. A lot of good options out there. Check out the top 5 do-it-all snowboard list that came out last year. The Burton Custom is definitely something you can't ignore. Classic, really good all-arounder. There's a lot of good options out there. Rock Dog rocking at 25-year-old Forum bindings. Oh, dude, you gotta upgrade, man. There's so much better tech out there now. Bindings, yeah, it'll change the game. Buck, hey TJ, did you end up reviewing the Battalion Evil Twin? I'm planning on buying the 19 version. Any thoughts? You know, I never did a review on that. I actually had to warranty mine very early in the season last year. I'm in the process of revamping the website I mentioned earlier, so there will be a written review on it. But just some quick thoughts. I think it's one of my favorite all-around freestyle snowboards. It's full camber, mid-flex. You got that 3BT, really consistent flex. And it kind of hits that spot where it's got solid stability for jumping. I think it's a really fun jump board, but it's still pressable, still going to be good on rails. It's just a good all-arounder. So That's my thoughts on that. The 3BT definitely is really fun for buttering and stuff as well. Has a nice, really catch-free kind of loose feel. So yeah, hope that helps you out. Keep your eyes peeled for that review coming soon. Chris Weston. Any tips on riding POW for the first time, especially if it's deep? Any thoughts on the Rome factory rocker? Great stream, dude. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate it, man. So for your first time riding POW, I would say, you know, if you're not on a POW board, if you're on something like the Rome factory rocker, that's a twin, so set your stance back. That's going to kind of keep your weight on the tail end of the board naturally, helping to keep that nose floating without you having to really lean all your weight on your back leg, which can be really tiring over the course of a whole day. And that's going to be the game, really, especially if it's deep. It's trying to keep that nose floating. So steeper terrain is going to help. Trying to plan out your line so that you don't get caught on a really flat section and have to unstrap. Hiking through powder can be really, really tiring and not super fun. So yeah, I would say if you can, you know, ride a POW board if you can find one, like a used one for cheap, or rent one for the day or something like that. But the factory rocker, it's kind of like a no frills solid snowboard. It is rocker, so that will help in powder a little bit too. But yeah, that's sick. You're gonna get to ride some POW, man. All right. See, a couple more super chats came through here. So let's see. So we got Red's Cap with the super chat. Reggie, TJ, need advice on getting a Gore-Tex snowboard jacket. Found a good deal at Evo. What size do you wear, and should I get the exact size or bigger? Hashtag Taco Fund. Awesome, thanks, Reggie. So the thing with Gore-Tex is there's like an assurance of quality with Gore-Tex, so that's why a lot of people are drawn to it. It's got that name brand. They have really strict guidelines when it comes to production, so they have a very kind of standard quality that you'll get with their jackets. Completely waterproof for the most part, while still being breathable with their proprietary membrane. And yeah, I would say, you know, they're going to make 3-layer and 2-layer Gore-Tex. But all of them are going to be really solid. It's going to be about the same functionality as like a 20K plus jacket. So if you want something non-Gore-Tex, you might get for a better deal. Around 20K is what you're looking at, 20K waterproofing. And as far as sizing goes, it varies from brand to brand, man. So I'm about 5'10", 150 pounds, and I wear a size large jacket. I wear the Volcom Gore-Tex jacket. And yeah, I wear size large, really happy with that fit, but the size really does vary from brand to brand. Like for example, Analog as a brand is going to run a little bit longer versus something like, I don't know, Arc'teryx or that more kind of technical brand is going to be a little, not going to have that length to it. So I think if you're looking at something like Volcom or Analog or 686 or something within the kind of snowboard specific range, you'll be pretty fine wearing the size that you normally wear. It should fit pretty good. Thanks, Reggie. Appreciate it, man. All right. Rob Gams, TJ, do you know much about the Bonfire Snow Apparel brand? Just noticed them at Evo. Curious on your take. Thanks. I don't know too much about them. I think they're affiliated with Salomon. Years ago, one of my friends from North Carolina rode for Salomon and Bonfire. So I think they make pretty solid stuff. I'm not too sure exactly. I've never had any personal experience with them, but I imagine that they're pretty solid. Ooh, that light. All right, thanks for all the questions here today, guys. Ice Keys, TJ, you ever coming to Washington? We got some good mountains here. Yeah, I think we're gonna try to get to Washington this season. You know, it's just a quick hop from Whistler, like not too far. So I think Snoqualmie is on the Icon Pass, and I think there might be one other mountain in Washington that we get access to. So yeah, definitely hope to get down there this season. I've never ridden in Washington. Vladimir, are you still rocking Arc'teryx mid layer? I sure am, dude. I actually have it on right now, and I'm not even using it as a mid layer. It's just one of my favorite pieces. It's so solid. I wear it all the time. All right. Boilermakers, any tips on riding switch? Yeah, for switch, man, as you're first starting to get that down, I really think the biggest thing is to just put the time in. You know, do an entire run switch, or you know, if you're riding for several days in a row on a trip, maybe spend like half a day just riding switch. That's really all you can do, man, because it's kind of like, it's almost like relearning a lot of the skills that you learned regular. It's a little bit easier since you already have those skills down, but it does feel weird. So just put the time in, try to ride on a variety of terrain, practice your turns, and you know, as a fallback, you can always kind of leaf back to regular if you're feeling sketched out going switch. So I think that's the biggest thing, man. Just put in the time. Luke Poncione, how good are 3BT boards for carving? Thanks for the last answer, by the way. Yeah, so I rode a lot of 3BT boards last season. I'm actually a big fan of 3BT. I think, you know, really, so Lobster and Battalion, those are going to be the companies that offer the 3BT technology. And, you know, they're going to be all full camber snowboards. They don't add any additional contact points or anything in the boards. So I think when you're on edge, really, it's going to carve just as good as any other board. You know, like Capita or any other board that doesn't have those additional contact points. So it's a really common thought. You know, a lot of people do think that 3BT is gonna, for some reason, you know, make it harder to carve with. Or like lose edge hold. I actually think that there's no real loss in performance at all once you're on edge, and that 3BT actually allows you to transition from edge to edge really quickly. So maybe even a little bit quicker edge to edge transition than on your typical snowboard there. But it's not a concern. That's my opinion. In Motion SLB, Yannick, what's up, man? Just landed in Athens. Oh, awesome, sick. What are you guys doing in Athens? And we got Shred 1904, Nirav, what's up, man? Oh, good to see you guys. Can't wait to hang out in Amsterdam and Holland. It's gonna be good to see you guys again. Rasmus Vaman, are the board shops in Whistler good? Yeah, there's tons of board shops in Whistler. I've been to a few of them, and the cool thing I think is they all kind of specialize in different things. So yeah, like Showcase has like the full demo Burton Center. They're gonna have a lot of the Burton stuff. Evolution has a lot of like Jones and kind of all mountain brands and like split boards and stuff like that. And then there's several others. So yeah, there's gonna be a good selection up here in Whistler for you, man. Patrick, will a large goggle fit on my medium-sized head? I'm buying them online. Thanks. Yeah, so, you know, a larger framed goggle, you know, really it should fit fine. You can always adjust the strap so it will fit on your head. It has a very adjustable strap. It's just going to be how large is it going to be on your face. That might be a little uncomfortable. So I would say if you're really worried about it, you know, maybe go for kind of a more average size goggle than something really, really large like the Flight Deck, or you could get the smaller version of the Flight Deck, the Flight Deck XM. But yeah, as far as it actually fitting on your head, that strap is super adjustable, so that shouldn't be an option. It's going to be more about the profile kind of on your face that you need to be thinking about. And Rasmus is gonna work in on the lifts. He's gonna be a lifty in Whistler this winter. Awesome, sweet. Yeah, it'll be great to see you, man. Can't wait to meet you this winter. That's sick. You're gonna spend the season in Whistler. Andrew Davison, what's up, man? Good to see you. Glad you made it on the live stream. And Napa, Thai USA Winter Sports, or Thai Winter Sports, sorry. Really nice jacket. I also got pants too. So Zip Tech combo, talking about that Volcom jacket. Yeah, Volcom jacket with Volcom pants is cool because it does have that Zip Tech where you can actually zipper the jacket into the pants. Honestly, I don't use it that much, even though I did have that combo all last year. But it's cool to have that option. Viral Z, what are some good snowboarding goggles? So right now my favorites are the Oakley Flight Deck. I also really like Dragon goggles. So I've wore the NFX for a long time. I've also worn the X1s. Those are solid. And Dragons come with 2 lenses, so that's something cool. Oakleys typically come with 1 lens, so that's a nice little bonus there with the Dragon goggles. If you're looking for more of a budget goggle, my go-to is the Smith Squad, or the Squad XL, so maybe check those out if you're looking for a good price. And all those are going to come with that color optimization tech like Prism, LumaLens, or ChromaPop. So all good options there. Black Pearl, greetings from Germany. Zars, what's up, Zars? Been here since the beginning of the stream. What's up, man? Hope you're doing well. Thanks for being here. Let's see here. Rob Gams, Union Strata review coming soon. Definitely gonna share my thoughts on the Strata with you guys. Super excited to check out that binding. They look awesome. I've heard that they have a really different feel to them, so I'm excited to see how they compare to the Force and the Atlas and the other bindings on the line. So definitely, I'll be riding the Stratas on the next trip in Holland and Austria. So definitely will give my thoughts on that trip. Jack Woo, I already have the Volcom articulated pants. Should I also get the Roan bibs? They look pretty sweet. Yeah, I mean, so that's my current combo. I've got the articulated pants and the Roan bibs. The Roan bibs are great. I think that they're kind of straight-legged. They don't have that like zipper on the bottom by your ankles like the articulated pants do, which I was kind of bummed about. But other than that, they're really solid. I would say if you're looking for a bib, you know, you really want a bib for whatever reason, maybe riding a lot of powder, you just don't want to deal with getting snow down your pants at all anymore, go for it. But I don't think you really necessarily need both. I'm going to be getting a new pair of articulated pants this season. They're my favorite. They're my go-to. So that's my quick thoughts on that. Both really solid though, for sure. Eric, do you like Nitro snowboards? Yeah, I think Nitro is a solid brand. Would definitely like to ride more Nitro. I've ridden the T1. I think that's about it. I know Kevin's ridden the Nitro POW. I think they make some solid stuff, but yeah, need to get on more of them. Hopefully they send some boards out this year. Johan Bach got a Union Strata. Gonna ride them for the first time on Saturday. Awesome. Sick, man. Yeah. If you guys don't know, that's the new binding Union put out this year. So yeah, I think a lot of their team is riding it. I'm gonna be riding them. Yeah, they should be a lot of fun. Hope you enjoy them, man. That's sick. You got a new fresh pair of bindings. Jason, looking for snow bibs. What's your recommendation? Currently riding the Roan bib, the Volcom Roan bib, as I mentioned just before. So that's the only bib I've ever had. I think they're solid. I may switch it up and get a different kind of bib this season if I do get new bibs, but I'm not 100% sure if I will or not yet. Ooh. Alex Ridgway, cheap board suggestions. I think right now is a good time to look and see what boards are discounted from last season. That's a solid way to get like a higher quality board for a lower price if they have any in your size. As far as boards that start off at a good price, I think the Arbor Formula is one of my go-tos. Brand new MSRP is $350 US. Also the Capita Horoscope, that one's like $380 US, so that one's a pretty good price. Yeah, there's a bunch of good options out there. The Solomon Sight is a really good value. The Rome Factory Rocker is a really good value. Those two are both going to be pretty basic snowboards though. I'd probably go for the Solomon Sight over the Rome Factory Rocker. The Sight is going to be camber, whereas the Factory Rocker is rocker. But yeah, maybe check those out. Jack Woo, is there such thing as a directional ASIM board? Yes, there is. They are more rare just because, as you can imagine, if they're directional, then they have to make one specific model for regular footers and then a completely separate model of the same board for goofy footers. So I think the GNU Zoid is one of them. I know Karua makes one. But yeah, I think that's the reason that there really aren't that many of those, is because they have to make two separate boards of the same board for regular and goofy footers. So most ASIM boards you're going to find are twin. So they have a designated heel edge, but they ride the same in either direction. So whether you're regular or you're goofy, you set them up the same way. So I'll be talking about that in the ASIM video that's going to be coming out soon. Gemma Spencer. Hey TJ, where would you recommend visiting in Europe to shred in early February? Honestly, I think pretty much everywhere in Europe is going to be pretty solid that time of year. There should be good snow coverage all over. So, you know, I've only been to a handful of places. Last season we went to St. Anton, Laux, and Morzine Voriaz. So all those places were awesome. I'd just maybe do some research, find a resort that you like, and just go for it. You know, find something that kind of fits your budget and your travel schedule, and just go for it. Yeah, they should all be pretty solid. Zachary Rippus, favorite mountain you've ridden? There's so many good mountains. Yeah, a lot of people, they want to know what's the best mountain out there, and I really can't say. You know, if you're going to one of those world-class resorts, they all have something special to offer. You know, Whistler's great. Keystone was my favorite resort last season in Colorado. I really enjoyed everywhere we traveled in Europe. I felt like they all had something unique to offer. Laux was great. St. Anton was amazing for free riding. The Alps are just insane. And yeah, you know, Japan has that real special culture aspect as well as the powder. So there's so many unique things everywhere you can go. It's really hard to say, but yeah, North America, personally, Keystone is a standout if you're going to Colorado. But if you're going to be there, I recommend just checking out kind of all the resorts in the area. Whistler's great as well. Just, you can't go wrong if you're going to one of those kinds of resorts, man. Try to find one that has the kind of terrain that you want. I think that's the best I could say. It depends what kind of riding you want to do. That would be an influence. Rookie Paintballer, binding suggestions for the 2019 Capita Horoscope. Hello from West Virginia. Oh, sick. What's up, man? Do you ride a snowshoe? Or have you been to Liberty Snowflex? I used to ride snowshoe a good bit, and Liberty as well, being from North Carolina originally. I think the Union Contact is a great option for the horoscope. It's going to be softer flexing, good for freestyle. It'll match that board's flex pretty well. If you're looking for something that's a really good deal, maybe check out the Union Flight Pro. Also going to be softer flexing, and those come in at a really good value, so maybe check those out. Jay Matthew, what's your opinion on Ruroc helmets? So I have ridden a Ruroc helmet before. I actually have a full review on the channel, so check out that video. I think if you're looking for that full face protection, it's a solid product. It's really well thought out. Definitely a high quality helmet there. Personally, I'm not the biggest fan of having that mouthpiece, and I think really the biggest disadvantage with Ruroc is that you have to use Ruroc helmet or Ruroc goggles. Sorry, you can't use, like, if you already have goggles, you can't use your goggles with the Ruroc helmet. So other than that, they're pretty solid if you need that full face protection. I've also used it for mountain biking before, so there's that too, which sometimes you do want full face for mountain biking, especially if you're in a bike park. Asher rules. Where are you right now? I am in Whistler, and yeah, hanging out in Whistler on my porch. We got Mohammed. Hey TJ, recently I purchased the Capita DOA snowboard and a pair of Union Force bindings. Do you think I can take them to the half pipe sometimes? Yeah, man, absolutely. The DOA is going to be solid all around. I think a lot of times half pipes are pretty icy. Usually one wall will be softer than the other because it's been baking in the sun. So that wall is usually more fun in my opinion, but just make sure your edges are sharp so you can keep traction on that icy half pipe and you'll be golden, man. Yeah, have fun. Try it out. Half pipes are a whole nother animal. They can be pretty tricky. John saying 22 inches of snow dropped in Whistler in the last 2 days. No way. Seriously? Is that how much snow? It's been snowing at the top? I haven't even looked into it, man. It's just been raining here in the valley. A lot of rain. So I do believe it though. If that was snow up top, it was probably a good bit. So I hope so, man. That's awesome. If there is that much snow up there, one of my roommates is really big into splitboarding and ski touring. So maybe we'll do a splitboard mission before the next trip. That'd be pretty cool. Kaylin Cornelli. What's up, TJ? How insulated of a jacket and pants should I get for Alberta winters and early spring? So personally, I don't get an insulated jacket. So I feel like, because there may be a situation where you want to wear your jacket for that waterproofing when it's warmer out, and then that insulation is just going to make you overheat. It's not the worst if it's lightly insulated, but personally, I just always go for shells, and then I wear something like a mid-layer, hoodies, long sleeves, and I layer for the warmth. So that's my personal preference. But if you do go for an insulated jacket, I would say don't get something that's crazy insulated, just because you'll be limited on those warmer days. Luke asking what my recommendation would be between the Evil Twin and the Capita DOA. I love carving and buttering. I think if buttering is something that you really want to do a lot, or you really enjoy doing, nothing is going to really compare to what the 3BT is going to offer. So maybe go for the Evil Twin. 3BT is so fun for buttering, man. Check out the review on the Magic Carpet. There's some really fun butters in that video. I think even some butter tips. So you can kind of see what the 3BT is capable of. It's really fun. It offers an experience like really no other tech does currently. So yeah. I think that's definitely one of the standouts for 3BT for sure. Noah Shipwash. What's your stance width? Also hope to shred NC with you this year. Oh yeah, that'd be sick, man. I haven't snowboarded in North Carolina in like 3 years, I think, and last time I did was only for 1 day on borrowed gear. But yeah, the parks out there at Beach and ATP look awesome. I'd love to come out this year. I definitely will let you guys know if we head out that way. My stance width is usually around 21.5 to like 22 inches, depending on the length of the board. Pretty close to the reference stance usually. But I usually call it 21.5. I think that's my absolute favorite width. But yeah, you guys got to kind of figure that out on your own. Just take a day and adjust your width a few times throughout the day, and really try to dial that in, and then you'll know. Kyle Dolster, come to the East Coast. We'll see, man. I wouldn't mind, but we do have a lot going on this year. And I know those seasons are pretty short. Hopefully you guys make it to April this year. All right. Mitchell Carson, best socks to prevent sweaty feet while snowboarding. I think that, you know, your feet are just going to sweat. That's just something that happens. You know, they're in a snowboard boot. You're doing a high energy activity. So if that's something that is bothering you, maybe look at some merino wool socks. Those tend to keep warmth in better once they've become wet. And maybe try to have some different, like thinner and thicker pairs of socks, so you can try to match the conditions. You know, save those thicker socks for the really cold days, and have more kind of a standard thickness for those other days. Ad Schlosser. Hey TJ, I'm looking into buying a new Ultrafear. Should I go for the 155 wide or the 157 since I can fit both? If you have a size 11 boot or bigger, definitely go for a wide option, I would say. The 55 is going to be more pressable, buttery, going to be kind of more fun in the park and for jibbing and stuff. The 57, it's going to be a little bit less maneuverable with that length, and it might feel a little bit more stable. So that might be a better option if you're doing more free riding and carving or bigger jumps, and you want that extra stability. But you know, and if the width isn't something critical. So if your boots are like 10 and a half or smaller. Mikkel, hey TJ, any thoughts on the Arbor Cypress bindings on Battalion Magic Carpet? Bought the Magic Carpet based on your buttering review video. Love the channel. Keep it up. Thanks, Mikkel. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, the Arbor Cypress, I think, are a solid binding. I prefer the Cypress over the Hemlock, which are the two bindings Arbor offers, unless they brought out a new one for this season. Yeah, solid binding. You get that adjustable heel cup. I think they have a really solid design. So if that's what you went for, I don't think that was a bad choice. I would probably, you know, as an alternative, maybe check out like the Union Force or the Atlas. Dark, have you ever been to Seven Springs? And if so, is it a good beginner place and is it fun? I've never been to the Springs. I've always wanted to. They have a really cool park, but haven't ridden there, and I think it'd be totally fine for beginners. Yeah, I think most stuff on the East Coast is pretty mellow, so I don't think that you'd run into anything too crazy. And I'm sure they have a lot of greens and some really good beginner terrain for you there. Chris De Leon, what's up from San Diego? Trying to decide between the 32 TM2 XLT or the TM3, looking for a daily driver. Thoughts? So the XLT is one of the stiffer boots on the 32 line. It's going to be significantly stiffer than the TM3. And they're also going to have a rubberized outsole, so they're heavier. They're going to be better for like hiking, backcountry stuff. They're crampon compatible as well. So if you're doing any kind of like mountaineering, like Jeremy Jones stuff, that's a factor to consider. The TM3 is really, really comfortable. I really enjoyed them last year. They're a good bit softer. I'd say like a more of a mid-flexing boot, whereas the XLT is definitely going to be a really stiff boot. The TM3 is also going to be lighter. So that would be the quick rundown on those, Chris. I hope that helps you out, man. Depends what you want to do. All right, guys. Snowboard. Hey, TJ, I'm thinking about getting the Outer Space Living because I want to do really good park riding. Is it worth getting? Yeah, I think the Outer Space Living is a really fun park board. It's definitely more of a jibby snowboard. It's going to have a softer flex. Yeah, it's not too aggressive, soft torsionally and long way, so it's pressable, it's easy to turn, it's not super aggressive. So for park stuff, especially rails, it's going to be a lot of fun. And for like small to medium jumps, it's going to be good. So yeah, if that sounds like what you want to do, the Outer Space Living is a solid board. And It's not too expensive either. It comes in at a pretty good price point. I think it's like 400 bucks. Reds cap. Hey TJ, will you have a chance to review the Burton Custom X and compare it with the Capita Kazu? I think I will have a chance to review the Custom X this year, so hopefully that'll be coming this season. Probably not until Whistler opens though. But yeah, that's one I've always wanted to ride. I've heard so many people talk about it and how stiff it is, so I'm excited to feel it out for myself. But I imagine it's going to be pretty stiff. Probably stiffer than the Kazu, just based on what I've heard about it. All right, guys. I'm just reading through some of the questions here. Thank you guys for all of your comments, and thank you guys for being here today. Okay, so I think there's a really popular question. I'm not sure which one it is. I like to ride all of the mountain. Not a lot of park, but some, and I'm looking for a board under $500. Any suggestions? Yeah, I'd be looking at the kind of do-it-all style snowboards, like something like the Westmark Camber or Rocker would be a good option. You could even look at like something like the Arbor Formula as a lower price point. Those are both under 500. Most snowboards are going to be under 500, I would say. So I'd just be looking at something that's kind of a twinish style board, and maybe something with additional contact points if you're going to be spending a lot of time outside of the park. So magnet traction, grip tech, something like that. Maybe the GNU Headspace could be a good option. Yeah, I think that'd be the quick answer to that one. All right, guys. So Netta Boy, hey TJ, what is the difference between men's snowboards and the women versions apart from the art? Good question. So typically there is going to be a women's equivalent to most men's snowboards, and they're typically going to be a little bit narrower and softer flexing and be available in smaller sizes that may not be available on the men's version, just to accommodate for, generally speaking, a lot of women need boards to accommodate smaller boot sizes, and they're a lighter weight rider. So I think that's going to be the main differences there. So awesome, guys. I think that I'm going to cut it here. I also think my phone is about to die, so that timing worked out perfectly. Oh, actually, I see a couple more super chats real quick, so hopefully my phone doesn't die. Mauricio, hey, I just bought the Capita DOA, but not sure if I'm ready for it. Working on carving and basic tricks. Should I keep learning on an old T1? Man, if you already bought it, take it out and see how it feels. And if you're not feeling it, feeling a little too aggressive, go back to the T1. But I think if you've been snowboarding a good bit, you have some of those basic, more intermediate skills down, you should be fine on the DOA. Joe Sanderson with the super chat. 6 foot, 224-pound guy. What board length should I get? I have a 160 Burton Process. Is that about right? I rock flow bindings for the ease. Nice. Yeah, flow bindings can be really convenient. Yeah, I think, just base it on that weight chart, man. 160, 161 sounds pretty solid to me. I think that's probably a pretty good size range. The bigger you go, especially once you get above 160, the boards are going to start to feel much less maneuverable. So I would try to stay as close to like 159 to 161 as you can. That's going to vary depending on the board, how aggressive the board is, what the camber profile is, what the flex is like. So definitely just try to look at the size chart for that particular brand. But I think that's a pretty solid size for you, man. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, Joe, Mauricio, Reggie, Joe Sanderson again, Rug Rescue, Chris Taylor, Justin Vasey, John Fowler, Lucifer Morningstar, Karen Gardner. Thank you guys all for the super chats. Wayne McKenzie, Erica Constantino, Adam, Brett Murak, Osvaldo. I appreciate all you guys, and thank all of you for being here today. Keep an eye out for the next live stream on Friday. Kevin's going to be doing a live stream on Friday, and it'll be back up here in Whistler. I may be on it too. I'm not sure. We'll see what the situation is on Friday. But yeah, again, thank you guys for all great questions. Thank you for all the super chats. Keep your eyes peeled for some new videos coming soon. And we will see you guys in the next video soon. Take care, guys.